I'm going to start the lab for this module, okay, and we are going to follow the lab number 20, so validating code based for the compliance. We are going to manage our technical depth, so we are going to, this tool is going to help you in terms of a technical depth, managing a technical depth with the Sonar Cloud, okay, using Azure DevOps, okay. In this module, you can look at that this Sonar Cloud is a tool which is going to look at the quality and the security of your application, okay. It is going to help you with the 23 programming languages and the scripting languages. You can look for your Java, JavaScript, C Sharp, C, C++, okay, and other different languages. So if I go and open this sonarcloud.io, 1 minute, so it is going to log in. Let me log out and show you. Okay, you can look at this home page, okay, and it is going to say that you can go ahead and clean your code, okay. You can go ahead and integrate with your GitHub, Bitbucket, DevOps, and GitHub, okay. It is going to, you can go ahead and access during the quality gate, so we can go and check during the quality gate if it is following the standards of your application and is following the quality gate or not, okay. You can scroll down and see it is going to talk about the different Sonar Cloud, okay. So you can see here that suppose all those languages, so it's mentioned here 24 languages is supported now in the Sonar Cloud, okay. And currently all over there are around 3000 projects which are using this Sonar Cloud to scan the code, okay. So you can see here these are the softwares which is getting scanned, and they have presenting a metrics here into that. So this is the tool which we are going to use into our project, okay. So that is going to scan your code from the Bitbucket, DevOps, Advisor. So these are the tools which is going to help you, okay. It is going to find how many bugs, how many quality issues which is there into your code. So those things will be happening. It's very fast, and you can say scalable, and you can say us which you'll be able to scan here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing that. So before starting the project, okay, we are going to get the Sonar Cloud scanning repository. So this is the project which in this exercise we are going to set up this repository into your lab. So this is your, which is available into the GitHub, okay. So Sonar Cloud scanning, this is the repository which is available, okay. Now we are going to create a team project into your DevOps, okay, and we are going to get this code from particular this location, okay. Let me, Sonar Cloud scanning, you can go to the DevOps, new project, okay. We're going to create a project called Sonar Cloud example, which is a public project which we are going to create. So let's go ahead and create a project in the DevOps. Click on new project, give the project here, create a public project, okay. uh, okay, so we are going to create a project, and that's fine. Let's hit create. Okay, so now we have created a project, and once the project is created, we are going to import a repository, okay. So we'll go to the repository here, click on the import repository here. Once you click on import repository, we are going to use this URL in terms of importing a code. So this is the example code which is available. The URL of the code is here into the GitHub. So it's open source code which we are going to use now in terms of doing a Sonar Cloud example, okay, lab. So we'll go back here and we'll say I want to import a code or clone the code. and click on import button, which is going to import my code from the GitHub to my Azure DevOps. Okay, the code is imported. Now the next step, it is asking me to create something called personal access token. Okay, so you know that how to create a personal access token. We can go back to your DevOps, click on this, click on here the corner, there is a user setting button, click on user setting button, then go to personal access token and create a personal access token. Here you can click on create new, and then you can create a personal access token. If you look at this, we are going to give only the permission called read and write, and the scope is only code. So for the SonarCloud, only we have to have only code access, and that should have a read write permission, so that SonarCloud can use this personal tech token to read and write the code into my DevOps. Okay, but for this you can create it separately. Okay, or I have already created in the beginning of the class, we have created a personal access token. I can use this personal access token which is already created in the last class. I'm going to use the same personal access token for now as well. Okay, so if you have existing token, you can use that token, else you create a token and then use that token for the for this activity. Next step, we are going to install and configure SonarCloud into your Azure DevOps. Okay, so we have to install SonarCloud into your DevOps. To install a SonarCloud, you have to install an extension from the marketplace. Okay, so this is a marketplace URL. If you try to open, it will take you to the marketplace. Okay, so this is the marketplace URL, or you can directly copy, you can use this SonarCloud directly. You can go to your DevOps. Okay, click on this marketplace button into your DevOps. Once you click on that, it will ask you to browse a marketplace, then it will take you to the marketplace. Once you go to the marketplace, you can search for the SonarCloud here. Okay, you can see here there are different integration platform which is already available, which you can go ahead and integrate with your DevOps. Okay, look at the SonarCloud here. Once you search, you'll be getting a SonarCloud. Okay, click on the SonarCloud and make sure you get it free. Okay, click on the get it free. It will ask your DevOps organization name. Okay, it will ask you a DevOps organization name. You have to select from the drop down. Okay, and then you click on install. Because it's already installed, that's why it's saying me it's already installed. You can go back to your DevOps and do the development. So already this is already available. So I can go back to my dev.azure.com and I can start my work over there. Okay, so the second step, you have to do the installation of extension and make sure you select your organization, and then it will get installed into your organization. Once that is done, we are going to browse this website, that is a SonarCloud website. Okay, I'll go back here and I have to browse this sonarcloud.io. Okay, once I go here, you have to log in with Azure DevOps account. Okay, click on Azure DevOps account to log into SonarCloud. It will ask Azure DevOps username password, and you will be able to log into this website. Okay, click on the create new organization. There is something called create new organization option. You are getting it here, and enter your organization name. So you have to enter your DevOps organization name where you are going to install your application. Okay, so you can give a Azure DevOps organization name. So I can copy this Azure DevOps organization name. I can place it here. It is asking me the enter personal token. I need to copy the personal token and say okay, and then I'll say continue. It's already available, this organization. Let me see if I can delete my organization or not. uh, my organization, delete. Okay, so you have to click on plus symbol, create new organization, enter your organization name, enter your personal access token which you have created into DevOps, click on continue button. Okay, now uh, organization name, okay, that's fine. I can keep this is the organization name which I'm going to create into SonarCloud. That's fine, I can keep it the same name. I'll click on continue. I'm using a free plan or the paid plan. Basically, they are giving a free plan for all your public project. If you have created a public project, that's why we have created a public project as this, because we wanted to as a free. If you have a private project, you will not be able to use, I will not be able to scan using a free plan. You have to buy a plan from the Sonar Cloud, okay, so that you will be able to get it to scan your private projects. But I have a public project, I can scan that. So I'll click on create organization. So my organization will get created. Once the organization is created, it's asking me what kind of do you want to scan your project and what is the project which you are going to scan. Okay, then you can click on something called create new project. Okay, or you can say analyze new project. Basically, we are going to analyze a project. It is going to look at my organization and it is going to list all the projects which is available into your organization. Whatever projects, analyze new project. Okay, now you can see here I have to go to my projects, analyze new project, and then you are getting a list of projects. So this is my Sonar Cloud project. Okay, this is because these are the public project, that's why it is listed. These are all our private project. I'm not able to see those projects here. I have to use this project. Then I can click on setup button to set up this project to analyze inside my Sonar Cloud. This is our Azure DevOps pipeline. We are going to use that Azure DevOps pipeline. I'll continue with that. They are asking me, make sure you have installed the extension. Yes, I have already installed the extension. I'll click on continue button. And what kind of project you have? This is Maven, .NET, JavaScript, PHP, Python. What kind of project you have? I have this .NET project. I'll click on .NET and my work is almost done. We are going to utilize this a token name, project name, and all this while we are going to set up the connection with our Sonar Cloud into our DevOps. Okay, so these are the few important things which you have to remember: the key name, your token name, your project name. This is the what we are going to use these fields during the our DevOps setup. Okay. So the configuration is done for the Sonar Cloud. We are done with the Sonar Cloud configuration. We'll go back to our project. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create a pipeline. Okay. Currently there is no pipeline available. Only we have pulled a code from the GitHub. So currently there is no pipeline available here. Okay. What we are going to do here, there is no build and there is no release pipeline. So we'll go to the pipeline first. We'll create a new pipeline. We are going to select a classic editor here. We'll say that we wanted to have this Azure repos. Okay, the currently code is available in Azure repos, so I can use Azure repos. This is a Sonar example, and we are going to use this master branch. I'll say continue here. And now we are going to select a template. So this is something called .NET Desktop Application. I can select this template, and later on I can add a task of the Sonar Cloud. So that's what how we have to do it. Okay, or I can directly search, because we have installed a, you can say, a tool for the Sonar Cloud. I should be able to get something called a Sonar here. If I search for Sonar, sorry, if I search for the Sonar, I will be able to find out something called .NET Core with Sonar, .NET Desktop with Sonar, generic analysis for Sonar, okay, Maven for Sonar. We have a multiple templates which is already created by the Sonar Cloud, which is available in my DevOps. I can use this template in order to create our scanning for the Sonar Cloud. Okay, I'll click on the .NET Desktop project and I'll apply this Sonar Cloud scanning tool. Now you can see, you remember, if we had a .NET project, we used to have this NuGet package, NuGet restore, we had a build, we had a release. Now there is a three things which has added here. So you are preparing, so we are going to establish a connection with the Sonar Cloud. Then Sonar Cloud is going to run the test analysis, and this is going to publish a quality get result. Others are the same, the .NET things which is already available. So they have created this kind of template, and which is available uh, into our application. Okay, okay, if you look at this here into this lab, okay, let me show you the lab. uh, if you scroll down here, once we have done with the activity with your Sonar Cloud, okay, so we are all set up, done with the Sonar Cloud. In the next lab, it is asking me set up a DevOps pipeline to integrate Sonar Cloud, and it is having something called initiate a creation of build pipeline. Okay, when you are going to initiate a process, there is a two task which is available. One is following the YAML script, okay, another is following a classic editor. Either you can follow this task, okay, just you have to copy this all the code here and create a new pipeline, or you can go and follow the classic editor. Okay, so we are following the classic editor now, so that you will be able to quickly develop the code here. We are going to select .NET Desktop for the Sonar Cloud. Okay, now we are going to establish a connection with the Sonar Cloud. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to use a Visual Studio 2017 Windows 16 agent. We are going to create a new service connection to communicate with the Sonar Cloud. So we have to enter a Sonar Cloud token and all to establish a connection with the Sonar Cloud, and we'll be able to do a communication with the Sonar Cloud. Okay, so let's do it here first. So we are going to select an agent pool called Visual Studio 2017 with Visual Studio 2016. Okay, we are going to do a, we'll come back to here, prepare analysis. Now we have to establish a connection here. We have to set up connection. You have to, but because we have to create a new endpoint, I can click on plus symbol here to create a new connection with the Sonar Cloud. Click on new symbol. It is asking me Sonar Cloud token. Okay, I need to copy a Sonar Cloud token from this particular place. I'll click on copy here, place it into the Sonar Cloud token, click on verify. It will asking a service connection name. Okay, I can give any connection here. So I am saying a Sonar connection. Okay, a Sonar Cloud connection, and I'll say verify and save. Now the connection is done. I can find it in the drop down here. Okay, you can find a connection is available, Sonar Cloud connection. I'll be able to find the organization which is coming from the Sonar Cloud. Okay, now it is asking me what is the project key. Okay, go back to the Sonar Cloud and find out the project key. So this is my project key. I'll copy the project key and place it here. It is asking me the project name. I can copy the project name from here and place it here. So you have to make those changes here. You need to click on save button or save and queue. Okay, so this is actually establishing a connection with the Sonar Cloud, And then once that is done, we are going to run a code analysis and we are going to publish a quality get. So this is running the code analysis and this is a publishing a quality code. So this is a two different tasks. So prepare analysis, run analysis, and publish quality result. Now I can go ahead and run this pipeline manually. Okay, either I can click on Q button or I can go back to the pipeline and click on this pipeline and say run pipeline. Okay, once you click on this, it will start creating a, it is going to allocate a agent and it is going to execute. Okay, so let this get executed. We'll be able to see the result, and this activity they are going to use a Sonar Cloud to run the test for my code, and that's what it is called a static code analysis, because my code is residing into my repository and we are doing the scanning of my code from the repository using a using a Sonar Cloud. Okay. Let me see what is there next into the lab here. So running the build, check the pipeline result, analyze our code report. Okay. Yeah, the pipeline is completed, and you can go to the run code analysis button, a task. Okay, and if you scroll down, you'll be able to find a path of the Sonar Cloud. Okay, so analysis is completed and result is available here into this path. Okay, so the result is available into this path. Click on this path, it will take you to the Sonar Cloud. Okay, or you can click on the new tab. Let me open a new tab. Run code analysis, go here, right click and open a new tab, and now you'll be able to see your report which is available into your Sonar Cloud. Okay, so this is the report you will be able to see. You'll be able to look into the report into the Sonar Cloud. Okay, so if you're coming to the report, so there are different categories which you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see the bug. Okay, you will be able to see different things here. Okay, so you, let me 1 minute. What you can see here, you can see a bug, you can look at the vulnerabilities, you can look at the code smell, you can look the code coverage. Okay, you can see the duplication or what is the size of the project which has been followed. So those things you will be able to see when you click on the something called issues tab here. If you click on issues tab, left hand side you can see here bugs, vulnerability, code smell, and those all all the tabs, you'll be able to find different things here. When you click on the bug, you'll be able to see what is the bug available. If you click on a smell, you'll be able to see what all the smell which is available. Okay, you can clear the filters and you can look at those codes as well. So you have all those three issues which has been reported for now. And when you are clicking on the code here, okay, it will take you to the code which is having issues. Okay, you can click on the drop down here onto the open, and you can say this issue cannot be fixed, or this is fixed, or how this has been resolved, so that you are going to do it here, so that your Sonar Cloud will understand that this has been fixed or this cannot be fixed, so that next time it will not mark the issue for your application. Okay, so what is happening here, if you look at this code, okay, it is saying that something called creating a void main variable I am true. The value you are going to assign, or hard coding the value called true, okay, in the variable. Next, you are going to check a value if I am true. So always this value is true, so it will not, it will always go into the if condition and it will write true. It will not never go into the false condition. That's what it is saying. The condition which you are going to write, it will never go into the else part, and that is the a bug which you have created, or you can say the code smell which you have. Okay, so this is the bug, this is the code smell, and this is the bug. You can see a bug, and this is the code smell. Again, you have a code smell. Remove this method in the declarative value. So unnecessary, you are going to declare this value which is not required. Okay, always return true. This is not needed. This, again, it's saying that this is a code smell. Okay, so that you'll be able to see. And what you can do, you can go ahead and select here, and this because this is the value which you're going to set, and this cannot be fixed because you know that uh, always boolean value need to be assigned or initiated. You can't keep those value as a blank, or either you have to create and pass it from the different method, so that you'll be able to do. Okay, so I'm saying resolved as won't fix. Okay, and just put those comment here, and then you'll be able to finish that. Okay, so I'm saying that this cannot be fixed, and this is resolved. Okay, now it is marked as a resolved. If you go to something called a security hotspot, you'll be find that if you go to the measures, you'll be able to it is going to tell you that what all the security measures, and how much the code is coverage is there. Click on this yellow link, you'll be able to find something called where is the bug. You'll be able to see those code, you'll be able to modify that code. Okay, if you look at the code, you'll be able to see all those your codes which is coming from your application. You'll be able to see the line of code. Okay, you have one bug into that. Okay, the code coverage is 22.2%. Okay, which is not good code coverage. Minimum you should have a minimum 80% code coverage. Duplication in the code is 0%. There is no duplication in the code which has been found here. Okay, those things you'll be able to see here into this tool. Actually, you can click and you can see all those your code here. You can drill down into the code and you can find your code into your application. If you go look at the administrative activity, you can have a different application setting here, general setting. You can have a branch pull request. You can look at the quality profile. You can have a quality get integrated. Those things you can go ahead and implement it into your Sonar Cloud as well. Okay, so there is some more example which is talking about here to implement your Sonar Cloud. So you can see here the Sonar Cloud analyzing your bugs. It is going to analyze your vulnerability. It is going to analyze your code smell, and it is going to analyze your code coverage, duplicate code, and the size of the code. Okay, which we are going to analyze here. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so these are the things which will get analyzed. Okay, there is an option called implementing your Sonar Cloud during the pull request. So when you are raising a pull request, okay, so let's suppose that you are modifying any code and you are creating a pull request to for the review. During that time itself, you have an option to call a Sonar Cloud. Okay, so what happens during that time, your request will go to your approval, and he can directly see. So when you're raising a pull request, okay, it is immediately going to run a pipeline. It is going to check if there is some issues into your code. Okay, if there is any issue in the code, it is going to flag it into the pull request itself, so that your whoever is going to do a review, or you can go and check that what is the issue with your code. Okay, what you have to do, make sure your lab is having a personal access token with the code and having a read write access, so that you can write the code from the SonarCloud to your repository that we already have. Now we are going to configure a pull request integration with your SonarCloud. Okay, in this case, we have to go to SonarCloud example. We have to go to the administrative activity. We have to go to something called a general setting, and there is an option called pull request. We are going to implement a pull request, so we have to enter a personal access token here. Okay, so we are going to pull request, and the provider will be Azure DevOps service. Click on save button. Now we have to enter a personal access token, which is going to integrate it, which will be get integrated with your DevOps. Now we have to click on save button. Now this work is done. The configuration of your my pull request integration is done. Now we can go back to our Sonar Cloud integration into your pipeline. Okay, we'll go to the repository, branches, and and we have to go to the master branch. Okay, and in the master branch, there, if you hover the mouse, there's three dots here. Okay, click on the three dots and go to the branch policy. Okay, and there is something called build validation. Click on plus button here in the build validation. Now we are going to implement a build validation. So whenever the build validation is happening, I'm going to integrate this build pipeline here. Okay, now we have to select a build pipeline, and automatically I want to create the policy will be done, and yeah, that's how the build validation will be done. Okay, 1 minute. Branch policy, add policy, build pipeline, and click on the save. Yeah, that's it. So now we have integrated a build validation for your branch. Okay, as soon as any changes has happened, now it is going to validate the build, and it is going to run this pipeline automatically after a change. Okay, go back to the pipeline, and we are going to modify some code here into our project. Okay, we'll go to something called a SonarCloud project, ms build SonarCloud project. We'll go to the application, we'll go to the program.cs file. We have to edit this file, and what we are going to do, we are going to write something here. We are going to write a code here, and I'm going to say public, okay, void. I'm just saying unused code. Okay, so this is my unused code I'm going to write here. Unused. Okay, I'm not going to implement anything. This is just a blank code which I have did. Okay, I'll commit. Branch is not permitting to you create a pull request. Okay, because due to some restriction. That's fine. What I'll do, I'll quickly clone this branch. Okay, what I'm going to do, I will new branch from the master. I'll say I'm creating something called dev branch. Okay, I'll create a branch. Now I'm going to the dev branch. Okay, I'm into the dev branch. I'm going to modify a code into the dev branch. Program.cs. I'm going to edit this. I'm saying public void unused. Okay, committing in dev branch. Okay, and the code has been committed. I can create a pull request. I can create a new pull request. Pull request is going to move data from the dev to master, and there's only one file is getting changed. Okay, and I'm going to say either you can say request approver or not. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's one other option which you can go ahead and add. Okay, I'll say create. The pull request is created. Now you can see as soon as the pull request has been created, and when you are merging the code, you can see it is running the build pipeline for me. Okay, you can see the build pipeline has been executed. It is going to run again a SonarCloud analysis for me. Okay, so you can see here another build is executed, and when the code has been merged or your pull request has been created or any code has been modified to the branch which where you have created something called build policy which you have created. Okay, so you can go ahead and create your build policy, build validation into your branch level. So as soon as you are trying to update a code, it is going to run a build validation for me. It is going to run this pipeline, and this pipeline is going to scan the code, and it is going to give me the result into my pull request here. Okay, it is running the pull request, and once it is going to give me the result here itself, that what was the issue with the code, and shall we go and merge the code or not. Okay, it is going to help me with that. Okay, so let's get this completed and you'll be able to see. So once your pipeline is done, you'll be able to see the result into your pull request. Let me verify here. Okay, it's about to complete. Yeah, two different pipeline. One is for the analyzing, one is publishing a result to the SonarCloud. Yeah, no, it should be only one trigger. Did you because I created a dev branch before, my code was not getting committed over there, so that's why I created another branch. So if your code is getting committed, because in some organization setting, on my organization maybe I'll be having that I can't commit or something like that. There will be some organization setting will be there, looks like. Mm, okay, so because of that I am not able to do that commit. So if your commit is done on the first stage itself directly in the master branch, it's fine for you. Yeah, okay, yeah, so it's okay, maybe them. Okay, you can see here the branch name will come here now, into which branch it is going to trigger. Master, and this is running for the PR. First we ran for the directly from the master, which we got a report. Next we are going to run for the PR automation which is there. Okay, so now it is coming and it is saying here, you can see in the PR itself, you will be able to see this is flagging to unused. Okay, and it is saying this is the code smell for you. That you will be able to see. View all checks, you'll be able to see the code coverage and the quality gate failed. So what you can check, these are the things you should be able to check during the pipeline. If the quality gate is failed or something has happened, then you can just say that it is something called it's not get passed or something. Yeah, we can merge it. Yeah, but there is an option called for that. Okay, so what you have to do, you come to your project setting. Okay, in project setting there is something called repository. Repository, go to the SonarCloud repository, and in the policy there is something called policy. Okay, so you can click on this project and there is something called policy section here. Okay, and in the policy you go to master branch. There is something called SonarCloud policy. Then you should have can you find the master somewhere? Yeah, here is master, and click on master, and something you have to enable a feature status check. Yeah, a status check. Okay, click on plus symbol here. You are going to check the status of your quality gate. Okay, which is required. SonarCloud quality gate you are looking for. Okay, because quality gate is failed up in the PR. I'm looking for the quality gate, and then save. So if you are having this policy, now your pull request will not be allowed to do those merge kind of activity. Okay, so you should not be able to complete. So next time when it's going to check, basically what happens, this quality gate is failed. Okay, so next time when you are going to modify, it is going to restrict you because the quality gate is failed. You will not be able to merge the activity. So you are going to block the pull request if the quality gate is failed. Okay, so you will not be able to do this activity next time onwards. So that's why it's mentioned in the lab as well. You can see here. So if you come here, we have changed the code, we have created a pull request. Yeah, block the pull request in response of quality gate is failed. Okay, so if you're going to modify, now it is not going to allow you the pull request. And you can click on here the pull request plus symbol. You will be able to add some comment here. You will be able to add comment. You'll be able to modify those code. Those things you'll be able to do. Anyway, Right, reply resolved. Okay, and even you can see in the SonarCloud as well. So when you go to SonarCloud projects, you will be able to see your latest report as well. Okay, so this is the one of the thing, and generally we use something to scan the code when you are going to build the code. So make sure you do this kind of a scanning, which is going to look at your code and trying to find a vulnerability into your code, and that is going to flag you the issues, and you can see what all the issues. So you can result while deploying or the release, you can find out, okay, this has been issue has been found, we are not going to do this. And this will be, you will be able to do easily into the release when you're going to create a release. You remember, uh, okay, so in the release, let's suppose that I'm going to deploy the app services. Okay, I'm just wanted to show you before deployment there's a pre-deployment condition, and you go for something called gates. If you enable the gates, you remember we have added something called something called monitor. We have used a query. You have a Sonar Cloud quality gate as well. Now you can look at the Sonar Cloud quality gate, and you can say that if this is failed, now we are not going to allow you to deploy the application into the environment. Okay, so those you have to go and set up using a Sonar quality gate, and that will be quite easy in terms of validating the code before the deployment, or with checking the quality gate before the deployment, so that you will be able to integrate this using a release pipeline. Okay, via release gate. Okay, so